Hello friends, welcome back. I'm Beth, here to help you fulfill your potential in meditation. As most of you know, I don't have just one method that I teach to everybody, like one size fits all. Instead, I much prefer to teach people one-on-one. And the reason is that you're all different. So please use these videos as a guideline, and if there's anything that isn't quite working for you or anything that doesn't quite fit, then be in touch and I'll be more than happy to discuss those things with you one-on-one. Today's video is about deepening our perceptions of anatta, or non-self, when we're practicing Vipassana meditation. Now, if you'll remember, when we're practicing Vipassana meditation, the object of our focus is always the momentary arising and passing away of ultimate reality, of nama, rupa, materiality, mentality. And as we focus on the momentary arising and passing away of ultimate reality, we want to be contemplating the three characteristics of anicca, dukkha, anatta, impermanent, suffering, and non-self. But as our Vipassana practice deepens, it's important that our perceptions of these three characteristics, impermanent, suffering, non-self, are becoming sharper and deeper. So today I'm going to speak a little bit about how we can sharpen and deepen our perceptions of non-self, anatta, using a wonderful little framework that we find in the Pali texts called the toes. Now, what does this mean? Well, toe is a suffix that we use in Pali grammar, adding to the end of a word to turn it into an adjective. And so what we find in the Pali texts is 9 different, what we could call anatta toes. So 9 different words or adjectives that we can use to describe this characteristic of non-self. To make this clearer, let's take a couple of examples. So one example is parato, and this word means a stranger. So rather than contemplating nama rupa as being anatta, non-self, as we might do usually, instead we can contemplate it as being parato, like a stranger, not my rupa, not my nama, but like a stranger. Another example would be sunyato, which is usually translated as being void or empty. So again, instead of contemplating nama and rupa as being anatta, non-self, instead we can contemplate it as being sunyato, void or empty. Now, as I said, there are 9 of these anatta to. I'm not going to go into all of them here. Instead, I'm going to put that information on my website. For now, I just want to speak a little bit about how we do the practice. And importantly, when we actually use these toes in practice, it's really crucial that we don't just use them superficially. Instead, we want to stay with each toe long enough for it to become an absorption. So we're fully immersed just in that characteristic. We then want to repeat that with all 9 of these anatta to. So that's what I have to say today about deepening our perception of the characteristic of non-self when we are practicing Vipassana. If there's anything that's unclear to you, anything that you're unsure about, then be in touch with me. I'll be more than happy to discuss those things with you one-on-one. But now is the time to get off of those screens, get onto the cushions. Let's actually do the practice. There's a remainderless ending of all suffering, so let's not waste time. As most of you know, I do all of my work on a donation basis. So I encourage you to support me either through Patreon or through my website so that I can continue to make these videos. Thank you so much for your support. Wishing you the best with your meditation.